The importance, in general, the importance of having a proper mindset. And just think about the word mindset. Because remember, words, we spell words, and I don't want to get into that again, but mindset. Whenever you're dealing with the mind, like you have the brain and the mind. The mind is, in my opinion, like the ghost in your body. It's the voice that's talking to you. It's the unnamed you. We all have a name. I go by Wood, and I got a government name and all this and that. But I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about the voice that you hear that talks to you, right? The ghost in the machine. The body's the machine, right? So your mind controls what you do, controls how you think of yourself. Now, how do you have a good mindset? No one can impart that on you. You are on a journey. Accept the journey, and now your mindset can come into play, right? But accept your journey. Acceptance of things is very important. Even if a person, say, is going to prison, right? The minute they accept it, something else changes, right? When people are going to prison, they really have to have what? A strong mindset, right? Some of the strongest mindsets are there. Imagine being locked down 23 and 1. I used to have, well, I still have it, my elevator phobia, right? It's getting weaker and weaker. I have a terrible elevator, and just I'm claustrophobic, right? And particularly elevators. So I have anxiety on elevators, right? And my mother lives on the 21st floor. So before I came to Chicago to visit my mother, a terrible amount of anxiety. I still have it, but it's less, and I'll tell you why. And it only happened just before coming here, because I watched a man who had been in solitary confinement for 7 years. So you're in solitary confinement for 7 years, and I can't ride an elevator. You're in solitary confinement. You're locked down 23 and 1. They take these guys out of their cells and basically put them in a human kennel when they have that 1 hour. And they're alone in that 1 hour, and they're handcuffed. And I'm claustrophobic in an elevator. So it really divorced me a little bit from that. It really separated me from that. I feel like whatever happens, happens. Yeah, so I can breathe better now in an elevator. And literally it happened this visit. Because that claustrophobia was starting to grow, and not just be elevators. I would be mindful of like a 5-hour flight encapsulated in this little tube. Because that's how you talk to yourself. It's the words. So my mind is going, man, I'm in a tube in the air. It's just 100 people on this thing. The guy flying, I don't know who. I have no control of this. And even as I speak right now, it builds anxiety to fly. It's the same with an elevator. But I've been stuck in elevators 3 times. The first time for 6 hours in the dark. The second time for 45 minutes. And the third time was about a half an hour. My mindset as a young man, the 6 hours was the easiest time. It was pitch black where you can't even see your hand in front of your face. There was another young lady in the elevator with me. She cried the whole time, so all you heard was scared, right? And oddly enough, I wasn't scared. I don't really know why I wasn't, but it traumatized me, but I wasn't scared in the moment. When I was in college, the power went out in our dorms while I was on the elevator, while we were on the elevator. And it was a 6-hour journey, right? The next time was 45 minutes. And I wasn't so scared on the elevator because I was with other people, right? And since I had the experience already, I just wasn't as scared. They had to use the jaws of life to open the elevator, and when they opened it, nothing but a brick wall was there. The elevator plummeted from the 5th floor to in between the basement and the 1st level. So when the fire department came 45 minutes later, they opened it. They couldn't get it open. They opened it with the jaws of life. When they opened it, there was nothing but a brick wall in front with this much space to crawl out of. And this happened in New York. And there's a famous New York story where a woman was decapitated that way. So when the fireman cautioned us, everyone on the elevator knew the story. And he told us, you know, you guys got to crawl out of this and it's dangerous because the elevator might move, right? We all got out of it, but we all knew the story. Um, I wasn't so scared in that situation. There was 4 people on the elevator, and although the power always goes out on an elevator that's scary, okay? But there was a generator light in there. The third time, which was I spent the least amount of time, was the scariest time. I was alone, the power went out, and the elevator was like the size of a coffin because it was a New York elevator, hotel elevator. And although it was only a 25-minute, 30 minutes, you know, you've never been on an elevator even 1 minute in life. You spend 30 seconds on the elevator. So 25 minutes feels like, what the hell? You don't know what's going on the outside. You're hitting all these buttons. It gets hot in there. You start sweating. Anxiety. Anxiety takes over, okay? So that's how I started to harbor my already claustrophobic self, got more claustrophobic with these circumstances. But again, mindset was what we were talking about. And so I control that. You know, I control it more now. You can say to yourself, I'm going to be all right. You don't have to say, I'm not going to be all right. You can just find that out the hard way. You can say every encouraging thing to yourself to employ, you know, the best idea for your mindset in whatever circumstance. So I don't know. I know I went on and on, but that's how I kind of get down with mindset. I think the advice I give to people who are trying to find their purpose is when you say try, that's the problem. Like, you can't try to find purpose. You make purpose happen. You don't try to have purpose. Like, you make purpose. You endeavor into purpose. You're trying it, then you know you can't try to find something like purpose. Purpose is dictated to you through experiences. You do find purpose, but you can't try to find it. You have to be available to realize purpose. Like, to me, like, we're endeavoring in something. We can feel the purpose of it, but we didn't try to find it. We just happen to evolve to be the type of guys who can acknowledge the purpose when it's in front of us. So purpose kind of finds you. You know what I'm saying? If you're fortunate enough, your purposes find you. And then if you're available for your purposes, that's another thing. You might not be at the time where your purpose could be knocking on your door, and you might not answer it because you might be off into another thing. You might be trying to find purpose. So purpose, I ain't messing with you. You're trying to find me. Purpose, most people don't find their purpose. But in my opinion, trying to find it is the problem. It's like trying to find love, right? Those are the people at the speed dating thing. Like, they at the speed dating shit. Like, what's your name? My name is Jim. My name is Jill. Oh, shit. Like, oh, no. And you wonder why 100 dates failed. You know what I mean? But you were at the grocery store. You saw the guy. The girl saw him. And he saw her. Y'all didn't say nothing to each other. Then you happen to be at the church sitting next to each other. Wow. How am I seeing you again? Because there was something that happened, but I didn't play on it. But now I'm sitting across from you, and you know that. And now we're in this glowing moment. That's the real shit. Be available. Be available, right? Energetically available. Be an energetically available person. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy. But you're hearing me talk about it. And where do you measure with that? Where does one measure with their availability for something not so tangible, not so predictable? I mean, this is fortified thoughts. I'm hearing myself talk about it. These are fortified thoughts that require like some time and stuff like that. I wouldn't, I'm able to like say this due to experience. Like, it's something I know because it happened. You wouldn't know but for when it happened. Like, I sound like some kind of, I'm starting to sound like Five Deadly Venoms or some shit, right? Like that movie. That's one of my favorite movies, Five Deadly Venoms. You know what I'm saying? I sound like a teacher coming out of, you must find this other. But really though, really like, there's a lot of mysticism to being a human. Ignore the mysticism if you want. Like, there's a lot of mystery to who all we are. I don't know. I'm in a room full of people, and y'all all have a catalog. It's a wonderful catalog of good and bad things, of roller coaster. You know, the roller coaster goes up. You pick it's scary too. The roller, that's the scary. That's really in kind of the scariest part when it's going up and all this anticipation, and that's life. Then it goes down, and that momentum of going down, it helps the ride happen. Like the negative things may feel like downers, but some of that is momentous for you. It's supposed to give you, you know, help you, push you. Some of the negative things just push you. You're supposed in order to continue to go to have your life's, movement, right? Um, so it's difficult. What I'm saying, it's not easy to allow any of this. It's not easy to just sit back and let purpose find you. Like, I'm not saying you sit back. You just engage in life. You just live. You got a lot of distractions to deal with. Just let purpose not. Just be available. That's all I can say. Be available. This is Wood Harris, and you are checking out 24/7 HH. Peace.